Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation A View to a Kill, AVtaK, turn 19.2 CCP and 19.3 USSR. It is July 1945. We can skip the CCP's turn because they have no units on the board and possess no land zones. So USSR has 5 tech rolls. I'm only going to be doing 3. I don't think the game, we're in sudden death. I don't think the game's going to last long enough for me to start a new tech. So I'll roll those later when I do my Spanish recruitment roll. I've got them all teed up on PBE. But just so that I've declared ahead of time what those rolls will be, they'll be for radar, long-range aircraft, and improved logistics. Purchases. I have 62 IPP to spend. I will purchase 8 militia for 16. I'll upgrade 1 militia to an infantry for 2, that's 18. 8 infantry for 24, that's 42. 2 anti-aircraft for 8, that's 50. I'll begin a fortification in Stalingrad for 4, that's 54. And I'll begin a fortification in Novosibirsk for 4, that's 58. And then finally I'll finish the fortification in Helsinki for 4, that's 62. Combat movement. I have a couple combats. One will be up here in Podlachia. There's a German militia. I will send from Latvia 1 infantry, and from Lubelski 1 infantry. And then the 2 fighters from Finland will fly down there. They're going to land there, back there in Finland, so I'm not even going to move them because they'll end up in the same place. So it'll be 2 infantry and 2 fighters versus 1 militia. And then down here in North Caucasia, I will attack out of Transcaucasia with 2 militia. I'll bring my jet in, and I'll bring down these from Stalingrad. I'll bring the jet, and also from Stalingrad, I'll bring down 2 advanced mechanized infantry. The jet isn't going to land in Stalingrad, so I guess I will move it. Okay, those are my only 2 combats. So why didn't I attack Istanbul? It's the same situation again. I could go in with 12 infantry and a light armor. I could bring an airborne. I figure I take it with maybe 11 infantry. Lose an aircraft probably from the anti-aircraft artillery. So he can counterattack. He's got 2 air transports that can, this one in Maharashtra could fly to over here to Azerbaijan, pick up an airborne, and once I declare war on Turkey, then all those territories go British, so he easily has the range to bring that airborne. Then this other air transport can bring another airborne. So he can drop off 6 units with his transports, 2 with the airborne, that brings them up to 8. And then this cavalry right here in Ankara would become British if I declared war. And so he can hit with 9 land units. I might have 11, around 11 defending. It's good because he can't cut me out of supply. I'm in a city, so it'd be 11 at 5. I figure maybe 5 hits, maybe 4 hits. Between 4 and 5 would be the predicted. And he's bringing 9 land units, and then he's got the 2 medium bombers here, 2 fighters, and he's got 2 more fighters that can make it from Lower Egypt, and then a brilliant lend-lease from Hambone to Maharashtra. Even that fighter, since he has long range and he's leaving from an air base, it can make it and hit Istanbul. So he knocks me out of Istanbul, and then he does the French reinforcement. So my thought is, unfortunately, if the French do this move where they build all these air units, I know no one wants to hear this, but you got to do the unholy alliance, and they totally deserved it. I didn't do that this game, but in any future game, if the French player did that to me, I will instantly solicit the unholy. Okay, so that's why I'm not doing the attack Hopefully maybe next turn I will have enough. All right, let's go over here to do some combat. Get teed up at the dice tower. Hopefully that's... I don't like that angle. I think I'm gonna rotate down a little bit. Is that a little bit better? I think so. All right, let's do, what's the Podlachia? I have 2 infantry at 2. I don't think there's any terrain on this battle, so 2 at 2. That's a miss. And then 2 fighters at 6. That's all I needed, 1 hit. He's got 1 at 2, the militia defending. Almost, he misses. So, take Podlachia, it's not worth anything. All right, they got 2, take that with 2 infantry. Let's chip that out. Sorry for this delay. Not feeling particularly optimistic. All right. The other attack is in North Caucasia, which is mountainous. I have 2 militia at 1. Miss. And I've got a jet fighter. Oh, I guess I've got the 2 at 3. My 2 advanced mechanized at 3. Hit. I don't think I need another hit, but I'll just roll the jet anyway. And that would have been a hit. Okay. Then he's got 1 at 2, I believe, his airborne, and that's a hit. Okay, so I take it with 1 militia. One militia and 2 advanced mechanized. And that is worth 3. So Britain goes down to 49, and USSR goes up to 56. I'll move over here. That jet will land in Crimea River. Okay. Let's do some other non-combat. I think I'll go usually I go kind of top to bottom, but I think I'll reverse order it a little bit. Okay, from Central Romania. Three infantry, 3 motorized infantry, 16 advanced mechanized, 1 Katushka rocket artillery, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery move into Bulgaria. Okay. From Western Ukraine, 1 air transport will carry 1 airborne to Central Romania. From Western Ukraine, 1 advanced mechanized, 2 T-34s, and 2 Katushka rocket artillery will move to Central Romania. Hopefully all that's on camera. I'll double check here. Okay, let's move up just a scooch. From East Poland, 1 advanced mechanized and 3 advanced artillery will move into Central Romania. From Warsaw, 2 T-34s and 2 Katushka rocket artillery will move into Central Romania. make sure that's on camera. Yep. Okay, from Donoslaski, 1 infantry will move over to Warsaw. Let's do some factory movement. From Orel-Kursk, 1 minor factory will strategic rail move to Crimea. And the other will strategic rail move 1 space up to Smolensk. Okay, the 2 fighters I said already went back to Leningrad. Is southern and northern Belarusia on camera? Let's rotate this up a little bit so we can get everything up north there. From Leningrad, 1 naval transport leaves port carrying 2 infantry and then drops off those 2 infantry in Helsinki and then goes back in port in Leningrad. From Karelia, 2 infantry move into Viipuri province. From northern Belarusia, 7 infantry will step north into Leningrad. So that'll get me 8 infantry there in Leningrad. Let me just check that out. So I've got 3 militia, 8 infantry, anti-aircraft, and 2 fighters. Well, I'll do my disposition later. And then 1 infantry will move from northern Belarusia into Smolensk. From northern Belarusia, these 2 militia will move over to Smolensk. From southern Belarusia, that whole force there, which is 2 motorized infantry, 7 advanced mechanized infantry, 4 T-34s, 2 advanced artillery, and 1 Katyushka rocket artillery will move over to Warsaw. I think that's all the movement on this front. Nope, I want to change. I had a move from Western Ukraine. Yeah, I want to take that back. Okay, I had 2 T-34s and 2 Katyushka rocket artilleries from Western Ukraine moved into Central Romania. I had a thought after I wrote down my moves. I want to change. Instead of here moving from Western Ukraine down to Central Romania, I would like those units instead to move to Donetsk Kuban. So they'll move 1 space to Eastern Ukraine and then 1 space to Donetsk Kuban. All right. Okay, did we do all of our moves? No, now we've got to go over to the Siberia. From Central Mongolia, 5 infantry move to Angara. From Chita, 1 infantry moves to Irkutsk. Okay, place units. I will begin construction of a fortification in Novosibirsk. I will begin construction of a fortification in Stalingrad. Also in Stalingrad, I'll put in 4 infantry and another militia. Got to make doubly sure that I overkill the defense there, because making a mistake on a victory point is game ending and sudden death. Okay. In Saratov, I'll place another militia. In Crimea, I will place another militia. So that brings me up to 3 there in Crimea. I will put one of my anti-aircraft artillery in Stalingrad. I'll put the other anti-aircraft artillery over here in Kyiv. I don't think I've got that on camera. Let's go over and get Kyiv. Oh, it is on camera. Okay. Down here in central Romania, let's see. Can't remember if I wanted to build 2 infantry in central Romania. I'm going to build 2 infantry in western Ukraine. And I've got the 5 militia. I'm going to put 5 militia in Transcaucasia. I'm going to upgrade 1 infantry. I think I'll upgrade it in Transcaucasia. And I'll build 2 infantry in central Romania. And then I will complete construction of the fortification in Finland. All right. Collect income. I am at 56. Plus 3 is 59. Disposition of forces. We'll start way up there. C-Zone A14 has 3 destroyers, a submarine, and a coastal submarine. In southern Finland, 6 infantry and an anti-aircraft artillery. Helsinki, 4 infantry, a militia. Viipuri province, 2 infantry. Leningrad, 3 militia, 8 infantry, 2 fighters, and anti-aircraft artillery. In port in Leningrad is a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, and a naval transport. Smolensk, 3 infantry, 3 militia. Moscow, 3 militia. This is Podlachia, 2 infantry. Warsaw, 1 militia, 17 infantry, 2 motorized infantry, 7 advanced mechanized infantry, 4 T-34s, 2 advanced artillery, 1 Katyushka rocket artillery. Western Ukraine, 2 infantry. Kyiv, 1 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. Turn that guy around. All right, let's look at over here. Saratov has 1 militia. Stalingrad has 2 militia, 4 infantry, an anti-aircraft artillery, and a fortification under construction. Donetsk Kuban has 2 T-34s and 2 Katushka rocket artillery. North Caucasia, 1 militia, 2 advanced mechanized. Transcaucasia, 8 militia, 2 infantry, 2 anti-aircraft artillery. Crimea, 3 militia, 2 infantry, jet fighter, minor factory, fortification, and coastal artillery. Central Romania has 1 militia, 2 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 2 advanced mechanized infantry, 2 T-34 artillery, 3 advanced artillery, 2 Katushka rocket artillery, 1 tactical bomber, 1 jet fighter, 1 air transport. Bulgaria has 15 infantry. Oops, that's not quite on camera. 3 motorized infantry, 16 advanced mechanized infantry, 1 light armor, 1 Katushka rocket artillery, 3 anti-aircraft artillery. M12 has a torpedo boat destroyer on escort duty. Novosibirsk has 3 militia, 3 infantry, and a fortification under construction. Angara has 5 infantry. Irkutsk has 1 infantry. Amur has 3 militia. Primorsky Krai has 3 militia. Next up is Boston Bruce with turn 19.4, Japan.